This is background. At the last council meeting, y'all approved for the fire department to do the add-on for the new piece of equipment, not to exceed $30,000. And
Right.
so Neil is working on that, and he can tell you a little bit of what he's found on that, and then y'all ask him to come back to the council with additional information regarding adding on sleeping quarters.
I got 2 bids on the garage for the new equipment. One was 28, just a touch over, and then the other was 32. So we've got a bid for under the 30,000.
Okay. What was the bid under 30,000? What you say it was?
It was 28, just a hair. I got it
Are we,
right here. $28,018.
are we trying to source that out locally, or are we gonna have,
Yeah,
as local
It's
people?
local.
as local as we can get, yes. The guy that is local was the lowest bid.
Okay, that's why I was wondering, I was hoping it was.
And I've got a couple estimates, or I've got one estimate, the other one was supposed to be in today on the addition for the bedrooms. And in light of what the estimates are coming in at, I think we should maybe hold off, no action on it.
Take no action. Would you like me to take,
The lowest bid that the one could give me was 66, and that was the unfinished bedroom. That was just a shell and a bathroom, and then we'd have to finish the interior. The finished product was almost 86,000.
Good.
So in light of that, I think we should wait.
I'll entertain a motion to take no action for it.
Yeah, with everything else going on, I've got some trucks that I may need fixing worse than I need a bedroom right now. I've got to keep my trucks in service. So.
How many volunteers do you have?
13? 14?
And
I've got some vacancies that I'm looking for.
And full-time, you got
7 total.
7, so.
Counting me.
And meanwhile, we need to sit down. I know that you're wanting to venture on out to south here.
Yes.
And Earl, have you talked to the county commissioner?
Not been able to yet.
Well, let's try to set up a meeting with the county commissioner, me and you and Neil. Or somebody to represent the county, have them here sometime next week, and we'll sit down with him and see exactly what we can do there. And that'll help you a lot.
Yes,
So,
I think so. That'll be the additional equipment too.
right.
The county commissioners reached out about giving up his portion of the last county-owned fire department, so with that in consideration, I've been considering it, so.
We could have had it years ago, but
There's things to work out on that, so I'm sorry.
Yes. At the last one, when we approved that building addition over there for your equipment, at the
Yes.
time you was in discussion about a ladder truck from,
Right.
furnished to the city free. That worked out then, I assume. You got that?
I've submitted all of the letters requesting that to the fire chief of Oklahoma City. I've not heard back from him, but from what I understood, that's all I needed to do. Send him that email.
So, and as soon as you get a clearance from him, then you can activate the construction process. Okay, for the people that should understand what's going on, is we're spending money on your fire station. Oklahoma City's donating about a $250,000 truck to us if we put a place in to put it in. The city needs it, so, I mean,
Yeah, this is another
since we're
piece of
spending money on the
equipment
fire
we can use.
station, I want the folks to know that there's a reason for that.
Would you be able to list the vendors that you're quoting?
The vendor for,
The builders?
I guess, can
public records.
Well, they've already approved the contract, I mean, the purchase, so yeah, it's a public record.
Okay. Wade Drew, Ben Drew was one of them. And then the other was J&M Steel was the other bid that I got.
Neil, I just wonder, how big is that living quarter one that's 86,000?
It's
Size?
it's 26 or so by 40. Be 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom.
Kitchen, everything else.
No, this is just a bedroom and bathroom.
That's what we're putting on.
The
refrigerator.
All right,
Still think.
On your request,
They need
I'm
3 bedrooms.
gonna take no
They like it.
action on that, so we can pull it, and then we'll get together.
Okay.
Thank you, Neil.
Thank you.
Appointment of, park board member and non-voting,
Yeah.
and then we have something on public works.
All right. Reappointment, park board members and appointed non-voting park member, William? Yeah. Where you at? There you are. William Bredemeyer, he's our president of the park board. Entertain a motion that we, reappoint him, and a non-voting member, name is Sandy Tatum, is that right?
Correct.
So I entertain a motion that we retain both of these.
I'll make that motion.
If we get as good a service out of Brad Myers we have, I'll second that.
Thank you. Well, I need to do a little more.
I want him to know the wages aren't gonna go up though.
Bishop? Yes. Barron?
Yes.
Fryer?
Yes.
Motion carried.
And I like to say, our park board does a phenomenal job. They've just got through booking the concerts for the summer as well as the movies. I know the citizens enjoy coming to those concerts and to those movies, and they do a lot of hard work. Thank y'all.
Thank you. All right, now we'll switch right on over here to the water department, public works. Item B, discuss cost feature for the sewer line down Northeast 23rd and Luther Road. Earl?
You know, our engineer has given us a quote, because we were looking at going all the way to Triple X with our sewer line. The cost was just extremely prohibitive. It was almost $5 million, and Joe is here, and he's the one that has been conversing with Myers Engineering. So we wanted to know what it would cost to run it down, maybe just to Triple X, or about a quarter of a mile west of Triple X in that area. And his figures came back at 2.496, almost $2.5 million just to run it that way.
Not Triple X. Luther.
Luther, what did I say?
You said Triple X.
Yeah, sorry, Luther.
Yeah.
Thank you. So we looked at how much it would cost to run it down there. Now, my understanding is, and Joe, please jump in here, a lot of this cost is having to refurbish the lift station there by the senior citizens area,
Behind it.
because it's going to have to be substantially upgraded in order to receive the additional wastewater going into the system. And Joe, do you recall about how much they were looking at on the
refurbishing
on
of
the
the
refurbishing of that
I
one?
think it was 200 on it.
200,000
That also
on
includes,
it.
bigger force main as well.
Was that lift station gonna be the main one for the additional line? Is that what it is, come down that
The
way?
lift station is about the only way we can get
Back to the.
this from,
the
to the
pool.
plant.
Joe, how come we happen to have 2 lift stations?
I think there's only
He's
one on
putting
the
in a new-
proposed, and one is a refurb, I believe, is what is on there.
He's gonna redo the old one,
He's gonna redo the senior
the
citizen.
one down here by
Yeah.
senior citizen. Then he's gonna put in he's got a bid in here for a new lift station.
Yeah. It'll be down there, bottom of the hill, I'm sure about the creek somewhere.
Now, Joe asked Earl yesterday, could we take equipment out of that one to run this one, or no?
It's
Now, this one here will still be running, this one
Yeah.
here will have to have, in the environment that they're in, they're lucky if you get a year and a half out of a pump. So taking stuff out of that is not really an option. The way this sets is, you'll have gravity feeds basically going to the lift station, and then it'll be forced up to a certain spot, and then it'll be gravity to this lift station. It'll be forced to another spot, and then gravity the rest of the way.
So he's gonna use this lift station down there, he's gonna rebuild it.
Yeah.
And he's gonna put another lift station on down the line.
Right.
But if
All right.
I'm not mistaken, you're gonna replace the force main line?
Force main from the
along
lift
railroad
station
track?
to the gravity flow.
Would it not be cheaper just to leave what's there? Go ahead and put the lift station down at the bottom, put a force main all the way to 23rd, there by Oliver's Pizza, and dump it in there. Because, you're doing a force main, fill lift station, then redoing all the lift station there. So from 23rd or back, you've got that distance, you're already back there.
The only problem with that is that, where it crosses the road right there, you know, it's about that deep. So if you get a lot of, you know, and that's the thing we gotta look at is the future, we get a lot of use on it, then we're gonna be in a spot to where we're gonna start overflowing a manhole.
Well, I mean, which I'm not an engineer now, it's, you know, but as far as that to happen, I mean, flow everything from Dobbs Road down to the bottom, from Maxie Drive back down to the bottom, and pump it right back up past Oliver's there, and dump it back into the pre-existing manhole.
Can we do that, Joe?
You know,
That's my thinking, I mean, so then you leave all this.
You're talking good sense to me. I'm looking at $250,000 I can save
I'm
on
just
this $2
sitting here
million
thinking
bid.
about the way I would do it, you know?
But we need to get with Myers and see if we can do that.
well, I'm sitting here thinking in my head, and I understand, you know, it is a good question, but the only thing that I can't get past is a manhole that's about that deep, right there at the corner of, the tag agency. And it's gonna have to go that way if we wanted to bypass this. That's, you know, that's because there's nothing up Dobbs to dump into or nothing else, that's the only place you could go. And if, you know, if we're gonna have to look down in the future, and if we get a lot of use, then we'll start overflowing that
How
manhole.
about that manhole's about 7 foot deep right there?
Well, it goes down to the one in Sammy's, but it's, you know, it's only about this deep, where it crosses under 23rd. Now, cause see that, the Capella lift station already forces into that, yeah.
Consider it.
Earl,
Anyway,
have Myers look at that and see if we can do that.
Joe may be right, I'm not denying what Joe's saying, I mean, he knows
No,
more
we're not
about the
sitting
sewer
here,
and
I'm
air
just
like-
looking
Well,
at
Well,
we've already got one lift station already forcing to that manhole.
I'll certainly be looking at, right now, we're not ready to go out for bid or anything else
No.
on this. We're strictly just looking at, they'll ask me to get figures on what it would cost us, how much less it would cost us.
Well, it's good to get some thoughts on it
Absolutely.
too, I mean, you know, and he certainly has put in a little bit of line, so.
Danny's bet a few lines, yes.
Now, Earl, in their 2.1 million or whatever it was there, is that us digging a straight line right now? Because if we do wait till longer and we get this growth like Joe's saying, may that change the bid, and Danny may be able to attest to this, if we have to bore that road we don't want 300 feet, is that gonna drive the cost up enough to make a difference? If we have to bore it instead of dig it?
Boring always is more expensive than
Right,
just
yeah,
digging.
well, then that's what I'm getting at, maybe, you know, if it's gonna cost us $300,000 more dollars to bore that 300 feet, maybe we don't need to wait until, because it's gonna cost us more after the fact. Maybe we try and beat them
Well, I mean,
there.
we're not waiting, we just gotta figure out.
Right, I just wonder if there's gonna be a big difference in bid.
Number
And I
one,
don't-
how
I
we
don't know
gonna
the
pay
answer
for
to
it,
that,
number
but-
two,
Biggest thing.
that's the biggest, number one, how we gonna pay for it, the biggest thing. You know, you're talking $2 million almost,
About-
$2.5 million per
So what
pound
Joe's
that
saying
brings
is,
in.
turnpike's going where it's gonna go versus boring it, could you just lay could you sleeve 300 foot and have it prepared, and then all you have to do is just slide your pipe in at that time versus, you know, which would cost, you know, 34,000 just off the top of my head, I'm not, you know, bidding anything, but I'm just saying.
What was it, 5, 6 years ago, we sat down, we talked about it, and and do it was like, the whole thing was like $2 million to take it all the way to XXX, and we sat around and, you know, do we really wanna do it? We
Hey,
ain't got the money.
I asked you for 8 years when it's done 23rd.
Now, you can't even go a mile and a half, and it's costing me almost $2.5 million, you know, so
Like I said,
it is what it is.
we're probably gonna have to borrow this money.
Oh,
The payments are
probably.
going to be between 15 and 20,000 a month. Payments.
Yeah.
So,
And what is the term on that, 4 years?
30.
30 years, yeah.
So it's not something we can do.
Infrastructure is not cheap.
So,
Well, the city's limited to how much you can borrow too, and we've got some other bills such as the city sewer now that's being paid off.
I will get with the engineer, and, you know, you see, he's got almost $500,000 in contingency fees in there as well. I will get with him and,
Time to drop in.
I'll see what we can do. But I felt like,
I put Danny's experience against a freshman engineer, is
Yeah, I would too.
but y'all have to get those figures for you to run it down there, and, that's what the engineer is giving us.
Well, if they would decide for sure they're gonna pour a turnpike down there and we knew where it was gonna go within the area, we might wanna consider, like Danny said, figuring out some way to put an underpass under it before they have to pour it, because if you tunnel that far, and they'll have a wide owning area there, right away, that would be very expensive.
Just a stinking manhole, 35 manholes would be about $105,000. Joe, I'm gonna ask you something. This backup generator.
How many do we need?
He just budgeted one, it's $67,000, say $68,000 for a backup generator. And I know we gotta have one, but is there, what can we do there?
I think that price is high, but that's all we need is one, just for the additional.
Can we, Joe, Earl, can you direct Joe to see about prices on generators?
Sure.
Cause I'm just like you, I'm looking at this $68,000, I'm thinking this is
Yeah, I
pretty
think that's
expensive.
pretty high.
See, I gotta watch these engineers. They'll get you. All righty. Go ahead, Earl. You want us to vote on this?
No, this is just
Just want us to-
information, just for information.
Just good
We are not
information.
ready to do this project. I think when we get with our bond councils, they're going to tell us that, our revenue stream is a little short. We look at borrowing for something like this at this time.
Well, there'll be some new revenue factored in too.
Right, right. And that's what we're gonna have to do, so. What else were we talking about, the, generator and
Directional flows.
what? No.
Potentially avoiding a
new
lift station.
A lift station, new lift
Potential
station.
flows, which way you're gonna send it.
All right.
Huh?
Danny, thank you for your, expertise on this. All righty. All right. Number 5, comments, city attorney, city manager.
If y'all would please, and the audience as well, put on your calendars, April the 1st. The churches in the community are coming together, and they are going to have a prayer at Heritage Park, prayer meeting, from 7 to 9 on April the 1st, that evening. They are bringing in a gospel group out of Branson, Missouri, that will be providing music. And their whole thing that they're wanting to do is just pray for the council, pray for the police department, fire department, the employees, pray for our community, and that is why the churches are coming together. So if at all possible, put that on your calendar, and please, if the audience is available, attend. I think it's going to be a very good meeting. So I thought it was very good of them. They've really been working on putting this together. The park board is participating in that as well. And time further, we will be having a sunrise service at the park on Easter morning. So please put that on your calendar as well, and if possible, be at the park for the sunrise service. Sales tax collections, as you've just been told, were down a little bit this last time. However, like Patty did say, this is historically our lowest month of collections for sales tax. Good news for January, correct. Good news, OMAG, which is our municipal liability protection coverage, is going to be going down 12% over the next 2 years, 12% this year and next year. So that is a very good thing. Appreciate them doing that, but they've had a very good year, and so they're trying to pass on their good year to their communities, because there are a lot of communities that are hurting financially with their sales tax collections.
OMAG is a co-op, by the way, and that's why they do this.
Correct. Cynthia Bunch, who is the Behavioral Health Services Director for the Kickapoo Tribe, is going to be holding a meeting here on the 22nd She is soliciting input from several people. There are several people in the community that will be at this meeting. And it is for an adolescent program that I understand they are getting some grant money for, and they wanted us to participate with them on that. Remember, bulk trash pickup will be Saturday, April the 9th. Please be sure that you contact Harrah Disposal at least a week in advance if you have any items that need to be picked up. The water wells, they are still working. They have not started on the water wells yet. I talked to Bill Myers, and hopefully by April they will be seeing what they can accomplish on the water wells. City Hall will be closed the 25th of March in observance of Good Friday. William was just telling me he had a successful disc golf tournament, 128 players, which was probably the largest.
Was by far the largest.
Disc golf tournament that they've had. He did an outstanding job of running that program. Lions Club, I believe, made about $600
Correct.
from their concessions from that, so that was good. When you see Charlie Worchin, I know all of y'all know Charlie, be sure and thank him. He has made a bunch of bluebird houses and has gone and placed them in our parks. So I thought it was very generous of him to do that. Tim Marini gave me a progress report. He is coming along on his 30,000 square foot shopping center that will be placed at over in the Fall Creek area right there on Harrah Road. The wastewater treatment plant, I just wanted to mention this. Steve Ryan is our wastewater treatment plant operator, and he just received his V license. And just in case y'all didn't know, and Joe can attest to this and add more to it, this is quite an accomplishment. Not many cities our size have a V licensed operator. And you ask, what will that do for us? A lot of the tests that we have to send to DEQ, he will now be able to do on site. So this is, quite an accomplishment for him, and it will in the long run save the city money as well. So those are some of the things that I have to report. I'll entertain any questions that I can answer for you.
Earl, how much was that bid on them water wells?
It was over $2 million. I believe
2
our-
million something on it. 2 water wells. And that's with no towers.
Correct.
Can I mention one more thing about the park?
Yes, sir.
Park Board was looking at spending about $3,000 to put trash cans around the Heritage Park, and one of our local park guys, Chris Richards, used the wood from the old staves that we tore down a couple of years ago and built all the beautiful, the really nice wooden trash cans and wooden park benches and stuff. So he saved us a lot of money. He repurposed some old wood that was just going to get burned. So big thanks to them. The city guys do a lot, and Friends of the Park is working to have a luncheon for all of our city workers coming up very shortly, I believe in April. So just wanted to say, thanks to those guys.
Let me know what day it is.
Sure. I believe it's the 14th.
How close are the basketball courts?
The basketball court project, it's at the bid, we need to get it out to bid.
Yes.
It is, huh?
No, it is not out.
Oh, it's in the process.
Correct.
Anybody got anything? Earl? Earl, thank you. City attorney?
Just want to make an announcement, the city staff may have got this same announcement from the Municipal League, but they're going to conduct a workshop on April the 15th at Rose State College. The morning workshop will be for planning commissioners. It's basically a workshop to teach planning commissioners what their function is and how their position is supposed to operate. That'll be from 8 in the morning to noon, and then beginning at 12:30 in the afternoon to 5 in the evening, they have the same kind of workshop for the Board of Adjustment here in the city. And so those guys don't get a lot of opportunity to improve their skills and knowledge, but that's one that the OML is paid for at no cost for the city people to attend. And it's April 15th.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's all you have to say?
That's all I have to say.
All right.
Can I ask the city attorney a question? Does Harrah have an OML representative?
Municipal League?
Yes.
No, we're just members of the Municipal League. We don't have any individual.
I thought you was. What?
No,
He's on
OMAC.
OMAC.
Oh, you're on
OMAC.
OMAC. I'm sorry, he's on OMAC.
Yeah.
And I'm a
OML,
member of the, I'll prove myself as city attorney that I'm a member of the Oakland Municipal League.
But not a voting member?
No, they're not, they're administered by a staff, not by a board of trustees, and they are a service to cities. They assist me with municipal issues that arise in this city, and they have the collective wisdom of the municipalities from all over the state, and so we share information.
So they don't vote to support or not support legislative issues?
No, they do, they absolutely do.
That's what I
They're a
thought.
lobbying body
They are a lobbying body,
to
yes.
support or oppose any measure that's gonna affect legislation by the state that affects municipalities.
Right, like 6551 that talks about more eminent domain with the railroad.
That's correct.
That's
That's one of their
correct.
issues. There's another issue that they're dealing with right now, and there's somebody in the state has introduced a bill that wants to have all DUIs have to go to the county rather than be dealt with in the local municipal court. I think that would be a disadvantage to the city and to the citizens of the city, and so OML is lobbying to oppose that.
Yes, posting a lot of OML stuff now, right now. Is this board is comprised of how many members?
This
Five?
board, 5.
5, okay, because there's a bill on there also to change the voting. Is that gonna help this particular board at all?
We're gonna check
To
it.
narrow that down to 3 instead of 5?
No, this city's board is determined by its charter. They would take a vote of the people to change that.
Okay.
Kim?
I had a statement that I was gonna read at one time, but it wouldn't do any good to say, because it's like you're not gonna hear anything that you haven't heard already. I certainly understand what you're going through, because I'm mourning loss of properties as much. I have a 94-year-old grandmother, my parents, my daughter and her husband. You know, this was a shock to us just as much as it was you all.
Can we say
And
anything? Anybody? How can you
She already
vote?
done.
Yes.
How can you vote for something?
Tom?
Well, I personally experienced having land taken for turnpikes, only it was a interstate, not a turnpike. In Arkansas, I lost a house. My mother-in-law lost her home, so I know exactly how you feel.
But you voted for us to lose our homes.
Well-
That's the point.
Well,
You went through it and you're gonna do it to other people?
Yeah, but you see, I survived that. I mean, we can't really discuss it, but what I'm saying is I survived that, and I know that, and I know how it feels. It's not that I don't know how it feels, but sometimes, and whether you like it or not, the whole city of Harrah doesn't oppose the turnpike. And there's
Where's the people
differing
for it?
issues. Well, you're not the whole city of Harrah.
Where's the
so-
people for it?
Hold it,
Where
hold
they
it,
at?
hold it, hold it.
I don't wanna go into
We're not getting into this.
I just asked if I could speak, that's all.
Hey,
If
no,
I
Anyway.
can't, tell me.
you
I
had your
understand what
time
you're
at the podium.
Okay, I'm through.
There- Any, Joe, you have anything?
No.
Bo? Gary? Neil? Yes, ma'am. Is this about turnpike?
I just want to ask, are you willing to stay and talk to us afterward?
Who?
I would like to talk to any of you.
Ma'am, I'm gonna put this as nice as possible, and y'all need to understand what I'm fixing to tell you. We know just as much as y'all know. No more, no less. And that's the gospel. We can't sit here and we can't discuss this stuff. It's not on the agenda. Now, if these, and I'm speaking for myself, now if these other councilmen and the city manager and whoever and the city attorney wants to sit here and talk to you, that's fine. But y'all need to understand, y'all need to get a hold of the Turnpike Authority. And even when I said Turnpike Authority, that last word that says authority, they're the people that you need to talk to, because they have the authority to do whatever they want to do, when they want to do it, and that's it. We cannot, as a city, do anything.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you can write a letter. You can take back.
Letter
the
don't do
money.
a bit of good. We've
We're
done
not
talked to
asking
them.
you to
Hold
say
it, hold
that.
it. I'm not sitting here and I'm not gonna get this started, because I will excuse y'all from this building. I'm just telling you,
We'd
we
like to do
cannot,
the
ma'am,
same.
ma'am. So, as right now, I'm adjourning this meeting, and if y'all wanna sit here and talk to the rest of these people,